Welcome back, Cowboys fans. We are 1-1. Thank you, Jesus. We are not bum and two. Giants are 0-2. They're staying on a rough schedule.
Yep.
But the Cowboys win. We go to 1-1. It was just like we planned it. Obviously, a giant shootout back and forth. 41 points in the fourth quarter between the two, the most ever scored in the rivalry. And the Cowboys, obviously, as they planned, have Brandon Aubrey to kick a 64-yarder in regulation to tie it, and as they planned, had him on the third possession in overtime to win the game. What do you take away from the win, D?
Well, it looks like the offense know what they're doing. The play callers know what they're doing.
Yes.
The defensive play calling, it's a different system. You got people, and I said it from the beginning, this is an assignment-based system, okay? And you, as you said before, they've played 100% zone. So it's really knowing your assignment and getting the feel for what they're doing. Their offense, the running back, he's got 3 touchdowns rushing already. They only had 6 total last year.
Right.
He's running hard. And what I love to see him, he ran some people over to get a first down, and that's what you need.
Yeah, and he has scored 3 touchdowns in his first 2 games, which is actually, I think, there's only 3 Cowboys ever started a career at the Cowboys with those numbers, and then no one's ever scored a touchdown in their first 3 games as a running back, as a Cowboy. Yeah, the offense has changed. Javonte Williams, finding him was a steal of an offseason for the Cowboys. They did it right there, and it allows them, like we said last week, to take their time with Jaden Blue and develop him into the running back he can be without forcing him in there. And I thought there were a lot of really good, a lot of really bad.
It was good on the offense and bad on the defense.
Not one passing play in the first 2 games have the Cowboys matched up man-to-man coverage, pure cover 1, cover 0. They have not done that. Now they have man principles in a cover 2, cover 3, right? But they have not gone man-to-man, and it really showed this week, right? It really they kept rushing 4, and they kept giving Russ all the time to pick him apart over the top. I understand Diggs is still coming back, and it's a different thing to play man-to-man, which I think would benefit these Cowboys a lot more, especially once Bland comes back, especially once Ravel comes back. These are man cornerbacks. Put them in man coverage, man up, lock them up, and ball out. But the defensive play calling leaves a lot to be desired, especially Donovan Wilson is not a center field safety. He's come down the box, crack you good, lump you up as a pseudo linebacker, right? Having him in center field is not smart coaching.
Well, he made the play of the game, picked the ball off.
You and me could have picked the ball off.
Yeah, but he did the ball off. I agree with you. He's walking up to the line of scrimmage and making tackles, and actually, I believe a couple years ago he had 4 or 5 sacks.
Yeah, so putting him,
he did have 4 or 5. I mean,
deep center field doesn't really. That's not his strength.
It's my strength.
Sure,
it's my strength.
Put you back there better than Donovan Wilson.
I'll get back there and read that.
Better than Donovan Wilson right now.
It's my strength. Okay, but this coaching staff is the best coaching staff in the NFL, top to bottom. Top to bottom. Hoffman's going to come in.
Can you say that about the defense? Can you say that? Listen, head coach has shown a lot in these first 2 games. Offense has shown a lot the first 2 games. You're saying that about defense?
Yep. Because I've told you, it's an assignment-based defense. It's an assignment. He's going to tweak those corners. This guy's a coach. The guy knows what he's doing. He's a very underrated defense coordinator. You knew the numbers going into it, what he is his first year, how it is an improvement, that's second year. But here's what I'm trying to throw out there, all you Cowboy fans. This coaching staff teaches the game. They're going to get better and better. They're intense, and you're going to feel it. They're going to love the playoffs. I know.
Well, I hope so.
I know. You're saying playoffs. They're going to love the playoffs because that's when they're going to come out. The intensity coming out.
Well, we've seen the offense has been able. Dak Prescott is playing as good or better than any quarterback in the NFL right now. His ability to throw the football and put it in the exact spot where only his guy can get it. where there are inches, barely, where his guy, yes, he is, Sean. He's playing as good or better as any quarterback. Even the interception,
2 games, yeah.
The interception was not an interception. They didn't catch the ball.
No.
So he is playing great football. He's able to move around the pocket. He obviously made a big play with his legs in overtime.
Yeah.
His ability to see the field, to make plays, to get the ball to his receivers, or to his back or whatever, he is playing up there. And his EPA is actually number 1 in the NFL, better than any quarterback as well. Dak's doing his thing, but he's not in the same plan as Lamar and Josh have been through 2 games. How many yards did Josh Allen throw for last game? How many things?
Yeah, we're not talking about his reputation. We're right, 149.
Right. 149.
Yeah, 149. Right? So Lamar and Josh, I give you that as a point. But right now, performance-wise, and some of those throws, he was under pressure too, by the way, to complete. Some of them were beautiful.
And still made the throw.
And still made a great throw. And let's not forget the 3 or 4 dropped in that first game.
Right.
Yeah.
Dak put him there.
Yeah, right there.
Dak put him there to win that game.
But I want to talk about 2 players.
Go ahead.
Yes, I would move Guyton to right tackle.
Okay.
I would. And put Nathaniel Jones to left tackle. I would.
Yeah,
I would. Steele, I like Steele. I think he's come a long ways. I don't. Here's what happens with your play calling. You put that right tackle, on 52 throwing plays. He's not a good pass blocker. When they give Williams more of a ball, give him 30, 33 carries or 35 carries to 40 with some other the Sanders, I get it. Because you got to run the football to keep that right tackle. And here's the other guy that maybe what he should do, and I'm going to teach you guys something of looking at tape. If you look at Michael Parsons, he tacks to quarterback the way running backs tacks to a hole. He looks for the hole and shimmies through it. Sam Williams, please go look at the tape. You got the body type, but do you have this up here to meet the body type? Get in there like this. Those ends, I'm sorry, they got chewed up. They got caught up, all of them.
They ran just a basic 4-man rush the whole game.
They got to go through the holes like running backs go through the holes.
I'm sorry. This defense is much better when they blitz. They have the linebackers to blitz. Kenneth Murray, I think, has played better, but that's a great guy to blitz.
Am I comparing him to Parsons? No. Learn. That's how these guys get
style
better.
Play, yeah.
Learn from. That's how you look at tape. Look what Reed. Ed Reed and whatchamacallit. And Ray Lewis. They brought in they looked at tape.
Right.
He's in the Hall of Fame because Ray Lewis said, we're watching tape Tuesday night.
Right.
Go look at Micah Parsons and pick up some of his game of shimmying through and getting through the hole like running backs do.
Listen, and Spence said Steele started to look really good until he tore his ACL a few years ago. Like, yeah, but guess what? They signed him to an extension. It's put up or shut up, buddy. Like,
Yeah, that one play he got smacked back in there and pushed all the way back. No.
Yeah, can't have it.
No.
Now listen, the Cowboys have faced probably the 2 best defensive lines they're going to face all year.
Absolutely.
Right out of the jump.
Yeah.
The O-line has to gel better. Cooper Beebe's out for a little bit. It's not a high ankle sprain, but there's some other damage going on. He'll be out a few weeks. But this is why they have Brock Hoffman there. He has a lot of work he has to work on the snap. He fumbled the ball with Dak right at first years, but they'll get that hammered out. And we've said he's not a bad backup. He's actually a nasty little center to have.
This is what you need.
That's why you have him.
It's clutch.
And Guyton is still, working his way back from the knee injury he suffered and getting into rhythm for the season. I can deal with him at left tackle.
Yeah.
If you want to get crazy about it, throw Guyton at right tackle, Tyler Smith to left tackle, and put Bass at left guard. Now, they're not going to do that because Tyler Smith's the best guard in football right now. And it was nice to see there was a play. Tyler Booker, he gets Kayvon Thibodeau on him, and he jacks him up with one hand as he lifts him off the ground and puts him back. I mean, it was nasty.
Who did that?
Tyler Booker, yeah.
Booker did. I gotta see that play.
Yeah, and listen, they're still working on running the football. Javonte Williams had an excellent game. I mean, he's scoring. They're able to run a little bit. They put up 130 rushing yards on the Giants as a team, which is excellent, good enough. That's what you're asking for. and Dak made his plays, and CD got his.
Right.
George Pickens is getting. He only has 8 catches in a year, but
That's a great throw to that corner of the end zone.
absolutely
That was a great throw. That was a
And-
great throw. And a great catch.
a great catch.
And a great catch.
And he's also getting pass interference calls.
Yes.
And in fact, he just missed a touchdown in the end zone. I thought he should have worked his way back to it, but it's actually great to hide your hands. You're running, you're looking at the very last second, he throws his hands up. It's a great play by the corner to stop the touchdown pass. Now, I think he's done well. He played well. He had a big slant he caught and went more yardage. Right? I think he's starting to figure out, they're starting to get a better feel for the Cowboys offense and everything that they can do. So the offensive side of the ball, I'm fine with. They can score. That wasn't a bad Giants defense, and
No.
they hung 40 points on them.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Yep.
Now, one person who I think should be sent off the island is Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert is as useless as you or me. There's a pass out in the flat, and if he breaks a tackle, he's got 20 yards. The Cowboys win the game. He stinks. There's nothing he can do. Why even have him out there a kick returner? I don't care if Jalen Tolbert is hurt. I'd rather have Tyler Bass or Brock Hoffman out there. I'd rather have Robert Jones with a broken neck out there.
Well, Turpin's
Kick off.
already caught a touchdown pass.
Right, and he'll be back
Yeah.
soon. He'll be
So they're
back.
using him. That's my point.
Right. And now,
Spencer, I know Spencer's just, yell all the time about that.
correct.
Yeah.
Now, once Jonathan Mingo comes back, I would expect him to slide into that number 3 role. Turpin and Mingo in that third slot. And honestly, you've said this. I want to give you the credit. Can Trayshawn Holden be any worse than Jalen Tolbert? I don't think so.
It's
I don't
hard.
think so.
Yeah.
Jalen
And
Tolbert
he's
is
6'1", 205.
right.
He's got
I'd rather
big
have Holden out there. Yeah, we're gonna get to Hicks then. He said Kyer Elam needs to go. We talked about this earlier today. Kyer Elam, the touchdown pass over the top. He's running with him like this. How about stick your hand up and knock the ball down? How about turn your head and try and see where the ball is?
I used to do that against Bernie Mizell and Craig Mayo and Cecil Little in gym class. I said, Pabilski, throw me the ball deep. Don't worry about it, because I'm going to run right by them guys. The same gym class, 7th grade, 8th grade, and 9th grade, every year. I'm going to run by you. Touchdown.
That made it look like I was running past Jonathan Coelho, rest in peace,
Yeah,
at Candlewood,
Yeah.
catching touchdown passes at youth group. It was
exactly.
embarrassing. Oh my
There was
gosh.
no route running.
Bye. See
Go,
ya.
go deep. Hey, here's the play. Go deep.
The secondary was still communicating, and the Giants are seconds away from snapping the ball. They're still talking. They're barely turning their heads around
Right.
to
Right.
see what the offense is giving them. There's something going on in the back secondary that they don't understand the scheme, and it's obvious as Russ hung 450 yards on them. But here's what I have to say: the Giants had 450 passing yards out of their quarterback. They had touchdowns from Wan'Dale Robinson, from Malik Neighbors. They were nearly unstoppable. Cam Scatiboo scored a touchdown. All that, and they still couldn't beat the Cowboys. They still can't beat the Cowboys. All that, they played perfect until one play, and they still can't beat the Cowboys.
So they haven't beat the Cowboys. What? No, was it Obama?
I think
They're 17-1.
they haven't beaten them since the Martin Van Buren administration.
No. I think right. Dak hasn't lost to them in
14 games.
So
his
that-
rookie
that is
2017.
Obama was president.
2016.
That
Yeah, it was
Obama.
president.
That's funny to think about that. So they're 17-1 in that last 18 games. And so was Roger Staubach. 17-1 against the Giants.
It's bonkers to think Patrick Mahomes was still at Texas Tech the last time the Giants.
Yeah, all that
beat
stuff.
The Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Warriors just signed Kevin Durant.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson won the Heisman. Game of Thrones still had 2 seasons left. The Nintendo Switch hadn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Right? Donald Trump hadn't even gone into his first presidency yet. Like, my goodness,
Yeah.
we're a whole different world. It's and Dak really played so great and won the game. And what can you say about Brandon Aubrey? We're talking. There might be only a handful of players in the NFL who are head and shoulders above everyone else at their position. So I think Brandon Aubrey at kicker, Kyle Hamilton at safety, and Fred Warner at linebacker.
Yeah.
Every other position, I think there's an argument. Maybe Saquon at running back. But
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is there. You could have a discussion
I
there.
like Lamar. I'm a Lamar fan. I think he's.
But I don't think
yeah.
you can have an argument for Lamar, but you could also have an argument for Josh Allen.
And Josh Allen.
Right, those two guys are
They're
there.
great leaders.
We also this is Cowboys and Coffee, but when do we start to talk about Patrick Mahomes taking a definitive step back?
The whole team has.
Sure.
The whole team has.
Sure, but I've seen, and again, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson are surrounded by great teams. Don't get me wrong, but they've started to put.
Mahomes was not sharp that first game.
No, he hasn't been sharp. That's the problem. They've given him an offensive line, right? Their offensive line doesn't stay.
Well, they got a couple all pros up there. It's not like they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
He has taken a clear step back and almost taken a step out of that top tier. Because to me, right now, it is Lamar and Josh Allen 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then I think you could throw, and I know he's hurt, Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes in the second tier, and then start to level everyone out in the third.
Listen, and again, we talk about the problem with Dak is his reputation of not his leading skills or not known to offense. He has one good year and he's hurt the next. Now, Joe Burrow, how many times has he been hurt?
Several times now, missed extensive time. But
Eli Manning was never hurt.
We come back to the same thing. And he played with some bad teams, bad offenses, right?
Yeah.
Bad offensive lines at times. This feels eerily similar to Andrew Luck, where they could not take care of him. Now they paid their receivers, which is going to lead me into a point in just a second. They pay their receivers. They did what they did. They have no offensive line. We go back to the draft. They could take Jamar Chase and have Penei Sewell. So you would still have T. Higgins in the scenario.
Yeah.
Would you rather have that now? He certainly wouldn't solve all their problems, but he'd solve a lot. He'd solve a lot.
The Penn State tackle has been a bust.
They've whiffed.
Yeah.
What's kept them out of getting ever back to the Super Bowl is that they've whiffed on their picks.
Yeah.
In those first and second round picks, they've had a lot of guys, defense, offensive line, who just have not, and even signed guys in free agency that have not played up to it. Which leads me to, there's a reason why I went here. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, let's say if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, the season's over, right? You're not going to compete. I don't care this quarterback they got. He played well, one game, sure, fine, whatever. You will not compete in that division against the Ravens.
The answer is yes. Of course you would.
If you're the Bengals, would now be the time to trade.
You go to Jerry.
Hendricks,
and get that pick.
And say, listen,
you get the pick.
There's no reason to pay this guy if we're not going to compete. We need to get younger. We need to get cheaper.
Yep.
A second round pick for him. You still have 2 firsts this year. I know you don't have a third, but I could take a first rounder, move out, and still have a first, a second, and a third lined up. I could stay there and say, you know what? I'm happy as a clam. I'm going to take my 2 first round picks.
There you go.
Because they signed. Would you rather have Trey Hendrickson at $38 million a year and 2 first round picks, or just Micah Parsons?
Well, that's
the trade.
What did Clowney say? I wanted to come here because Clark was here, so that means something.
Kenny Clark, he said, that's why I want to go to there. So now you have Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
You have Trey Hendrickson. Sure, they have the second most cap space in the NFL. You could absorb that hit without a problem. Now slide him in. And again, he's only on your books for $38 million.
Give me the end and a 5th round pick, and you can have my first.
That's a lot. I don't know that I'd go with first.
But it would be, he's all pro.
But he would,
he's all pro.
If you get to keep your second, fine.
Give me straight up. Give me the player. Give me the player, first round pick, and I'll take a 5th round from you too. Jerry years ago they would have, because you know what happens is too, just like the Eagles. Sometimes it's better be lucky. With the AJ Brown and Barkley fell into them. It's the same thing.
It happens. But you know what?
It happens.
Pull the trigger, Jerry. Pull the trigger. Go make a play. Get this guy in Dallas. You'll have your DNs. You'll have your star DN.
Yeah.
Got plenty of depth behind him, and it will change.
Because the DN,
and again, it's cheaper than Micah Parsons.
Make that back 7 better.
The Cowboys have already been in discussion with Brandon Aubrey. They've basically locked up their most important players
for
the next 3-4 years. So they already know where they're at. It's not like, well, You get him, and you
Yeah.
don't really know. You don't have no need for the
Yeah.
extensions. You've done the extensions, and you get Hendrickson below, which far
Flip it,
below what
baby.
they're playing. Micah Parsons. I would make the trade.
Of course.
I would make the trade.
Because
In a
I'll
second.
start the rumors this week.
I'll give him.
Listen. If we talk to a certain person this week, maybe he can see if Jerry.
Maybe he can pass it up the line.
Because
I'll give him a Packers pick in a second.
I'll tell you right now. Manning to one in Texas, he ain't gonna be the first pick in the draft. And Pop Warner,
He wouldn't even be in dodgeball at New Hope Christian Academy.
No way, Jack. No way.
No. So the Cowboys need to add to their defense. Clowney, I think, will definitely. They could go from like what we saw last year. It's like horrible run defense between Clowney and Clark and Osa Digizua and some of the other ends they have, and the linebackers. Now they're going to have a very stout run defense, but now you have to get after the quarterback. Get Trey Hendrickson there in Cowboys colors, and now we're cooking. If they can figure out the scheme, you'll then have the talent, I think, to do that. Get healthy, get Bland healthy, get Siobhan Ravel healthy, Junior healthy, right? We can cook.
Because let me explain something to you. When I keep talking about the coaching staff, what's the best coaching staff in the NFC East? It's not the Commanders.
Not the Eagles.
Not the Eagles. No, that coordinator over there is not good.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
And
how about the big guy Jones going? You only threw for 100 yards. How bizarre that is.
Yeah, they're gonna say he's elite. He threw for 100 yards and did a tush push, which should be illegal because they line up illegally. They line up across the ball.
All of it's a rugby.
You're
play.
pushing from behind. Yeah, it's not a football play.
It's not a football play.
Not a football play.
Why would he ever say that 100 yards?
Right.
You only threw for 100 yards.
He's not.
Wow.
He's not in that top 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks. I'm sorry. He wins. Great. Good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not.
Basically, he's saying, y'all won, but you suck.
Right.
He just plainly said it right out. You guys won, but you suck.
He's not wrong. He sucks. So, Cowboys are 1-1. They go to Chicago to face them. Last time they were in Chicago was 2019. They lost. Last time they played them in Dallas in 2022. They won. What do you expect for this game, which I think is a big game for both teams? As big as a Week 3 game can be, I guess.
Well, listen, Williams knows that defense, and the defense knows Williams. So
Eberflus is the one who will have the inside scoop. And you know what? If I was a player playing for Eberflus and this guy trash-talked my D coordinator, who was his head coach, all year, I'd be coming for his head, to be honest with you.
Well, let me put it this way right now. So I'll say it. If Williams plays great against these guys, I'm going to be pissed on this zone.
I agree.
On this zone, I'm going to be pissed.
So they have only scored. They scored 24 week 1. They lost to the Vikings. They scored 21 last week. They got crushed by the Lions, 52-21, which leads me to believe that, one, the Cowboys offense should be able to move the ball and score, and two, that they're not a great explosive offense, right? And again, the Vikings have a good defense. The Lions have a good overall team, so it's tough to put it. Roma Dunze is excellent. He's budding into wide receiver 1. DJ Morris seems to be wide receiver 2. They have Colston Loveland at tight end, Cole Kmet at tight end, right? They have some guys, DeAndre Swift, so they have talent around there. Their offensive line isn't that good. And when Caleb Williams gets itchy feet, when he gets worried, he runs straight back, which should play into the Cowboys' hands. You have to go out there and play hard for your guy, your coach, when this guy trashed him all offseason, and the Cowboys got to put him away. I know we said they should put the Giants away. It's a division game. It's early. Cowboys hung in and won. I thought it was a great win because they won a tough game, but here's where we're at with the Bears and explosive offense.
They're playing in Chicago. If the Bears get beat again, Williams is done.
But he'll be 0-3.
He's done
at home, and I'd be very worried if I were the Bears being 0-3 because you had some decent expectations with Ben Johnson being there. You know, what does Sean said they'd be done. Caleb Williams, this is a great tune-up for that Packers game. It should be. because you have to raise your level of play. The Cowboys have to get better before they play the Packers.
So
this has to be the game where they get in rhythm.
This is this understanding about what the 49ers were good with who's their coach?
Who's their coach right now? Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
They run the football to set up the pass. See, the Cowboys are not going to rely on it. They're not a finesse team anymore. They're not a finesse team.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why they can run the football on grass.
But if the Cowboys can get after the quarterback, and I think they need to blitz more to do it, and man up and say, beat. Now, it helps when you have Deron Bland back there, right? They definitely was different defense week 1 than week 2. Kaiir Elam shouldn't see a football field again. He should be legally barred from a football field.
Well, he can come and do recess for us at this.
Yeah, the playground out back, he can play there.
recess.
You can't play it.
I got a blow bubbles. You can do that for the kindergarten.
Yeah, Sean said Ben Johnson definitely hasn't looked like he has. He looks like he's regretted taking the job. He hasn't smiled since his press conferences. My guy looks like a president after 8 years in office. You know what I mean? Like, you know the picture, they come in, they're young, they're bright, and they come out and they're great and they're tired and they're old. That's what Ben Johnson looks like right now. If they go 0-3, they're going to be a big hole. And we're going to be talking about the same old Bears. Let's look at the rest of their schedule. They have the Cowboys. Okay, they have the Raiders. They can beat the Raiders. You're also disrespectful on Elam. No, we're dead serious on Elam. They play the Commanders and the Saints. Then they play the Raiders. So they could win. If they lose to the Cowboys, they could win 2 of the next games. They could be 2-4.
Yeah.
Ravens, they'll lose to. Bengals and Giants, they can beat. Vikings, we'll see how Carson Wentz plays. That's a very quarterback-friendly offense. Do not be surprised if Carson Wentz looks like the old Carson Wentz.
Oh, I totally agree.
I think they might. And listen,
Yeah,
I'm going to make a hot take right now. They're going to stick with Carson Wentz the rest of the year after he plays well with McCarthy out. This is the second time now McCarthy's been hurt, dinged up after the game. His ankle, he's out. Last year, missed all the year because of the meniscus, right? The Bears got the Steelers. They still have the Eagles and the Packers twice. They'll beat the Browns, 49ers, and Lions. Is that a 7-win team? Maybe if they take care of business. I don't think they're beating any of the good teams. This is a team they have to play well against. The Cowboys.
Got Williams, and say it's 0-3, but Williams with the rest of the year, because he was their pick, he's got to play well.
Does he have the mental fortitude to be 0-3 and to fight his way back even to playoff contention? I don't think he does.
Because your whole team starts with your quarterback.
Correct. And that's, I think.
Listen, you can be Brad Johnson with 1 Super Bowl or the Ravens with 1 Super Bowl.
Sure, but those are the 2 best defenses ever.
Yeah.
At least in modern history, last 25 years.
The point you're spending 10 years on your team.
Right. Caleb Williams, there's a lot of expectation that goes into being that number 1 pick. You know, you don't get the time to develop. If you don't, you're out. See ya. Bye-bye. We've seen some guys who have moved on. Look, Baker's career has been resurrected. Absolutely incredible game winner the other day. Sam Darnold has his shot now in Seattle because he.
And you use that word resurrected.
Yeah, right. These guys have had a second chance. Look at Daniel Jones now, one of the best starts in the last 2 games.
He looks like he's got it.
Which shows you 2 things, by the way: how bad the Giants were. They made the playoffs with
this coaching staff.
Correct.
Who has the best coaching staff in NFC East? That's my case.
The Giants did not use him well, and also how bad Anthony Richardson is, because it's the same offense. You would think a guy who's built like a Greek god,
and he's an awesome guy.
Who?
Richardson.
Is he?
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
He doesn't seem to have the heart or the desire to study to get better, or the just desire to be better. Daniel Jones came in the listen. They didn't get to the last game and say, you know what, we've decided finally week of on Daniel Jones. They didn't get there and say,
made a choice.
Daniel Jones is it for now, but we'll see. They said early in the preseason, this is our guy for the whole year.
They made the decision right away and went with it. It was a smart move.
Talk about how Daniels and Kingsbury look trash together after your film. Listen, I don't trust the Commanders' offense. And this has been Cliff Kingsbury's MO. He comes in, you have a good year, and then they figure it out, right? Deebo Samuel does not look explosive to me.
No, they're in trouble. He's got a bad
Terry
year
McLaurin hasn't played tremendously well.
Thank you, fantasy football Terry.
Jaden Daniels is dinged up with a bad knee,
Got bad knee
right?
already.
And the offensive line is still not great. They're not a good running team.
No.
Austin Eckler's down for the year with
Yeah.
a torn
Yeah.
Achilles. Poor
I
guy.
told you they didn't get better from last year, didn't I?
You did. You called that.
I said I didn't get. I'm shocked on the Giants with the running back Tracy. I thought he'd play better and the line played better. I know they put up 37 on throwing the ball deep.
We'll have to see what the Giants see. The Giants are in such a rut. The problem with the Giants is their schedule is brutal. So they have the Chiefs this week.
You think Mahomes are going to go down 0-3?
Is Patrick Mahomes going 0-3? That's a fantasy comment by Pops. Yes, he made a fantasy comment.
Yeah.
Is Patrick Mahomes going to go 0-3 against the Giants, right? And that's
It's in Giant Stadium,
it's
right?
the Giants Stadium Sunday night. After that, they play the Chargers in New York as well. But I don't think they beat the Chargers at all. I think that's
No.
a tough team.
No.
That if you lose to the Chiefs, you're looking at 0-4. And then you have the Saints. Okay, you beat the Saints, you're 1-4. Then you have the Eagles, Broncos, Eagles. That's 1-7.
And the Broncos, which I'm shocked on that quarterback play.
So Spencer said, how long is Andrew Thomas out for the Giants? Andrew Thomas has a Liz Frank injury, which he hurt later in the year. Liz Frank injuries can be career enders. And you kind of just have to wait until it's fixed. It's in the bone. It's within your foot. It's centrally
So
located in
you
your
don't
foot.
know what a timetable is. That's the problem.
It's better when it's better, and it's not when it's not.
Yeah.
And once it's good, you're okay. But
Because they
Dwight
haven't
Freeney-
talked about it. That's why it's not around the corner.
It ended Dwight Freeney's career, right? These issues are
Yeah.
Liz Frank injury is the worst foot injury you could possibly have because there's no guarantee you're coming back. And he hurt it in November. He didn't hurt it in August last year, right?
Right, so
He
it's
hurt
not
it in
a year.
November. It's not even a year yet. So it's possible. Now, I'm not in the organization. I don't know. But it is realistic to say Andrew Thomas might not play till December, at least November. And where are they? Oh, congratulations. You're getting Evan Neal back. Evan Neal, if you're interested in a job on the playground, we got a spot for you,
I
too.
have another spot for that.
He
too.
can guard the fence, the
first
door.
grader. First graders. I got an opening for first
He
grade.
can guard the
recess.
door. That's what guarding he
First
can
grade recess. I got
He's
kindergarten, Elam, and first grade recess.
So, okay, Giants could be 1-7. And then here's our next 4 games. 49ers, which will be healthy because that's November. Let's say they lose, that's 1-8. They play the Bears. I'll give them the Bears, 2-8. Then you play the Packers and the Lions.
Where do they
That's
play Denver?
2-10.
Where do they play Denver?
They play Denver in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
In Denver.
That's tough.
That's
tough.
2-10. And your last 5 games are this. Patriots. Okay, I'll give you the Patriots, but I don't think that's a give a clean game, but I'll give you 1 game. That's 3-10. The Commanders. The Vikings. The Raiders. If you get all 3 of those games, you're at 6 wins, and you have the final game against Dallas. Okay, that's 7 wins. And that's if your team gets hot and plays well down the stretch.
No, they don't have a good coaching staff at all. Their head coach is a moron. He's not good at all. He's not good at all. He's not a head coach. He's not even a coordinator. Listen, let me tell you something about the Dolphins. This is it for him. I'm going to tell you where he's going to go. Look it up. It's right here. The Eagles going to pick him up. McDaniel.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's a coordinator.
He's a coordinator,
Oh,
not a head coach.
Oh yeah, he's a
Yeah,
coordinator.
Andrew Thomas, they just reported a couple hours ago. He's trending. I think he can play this week. He's practicing. They gave a promising return date on him. They say it could be this week. If not this week, next week. But
Okay, next couple weeks.
So that's good. And again, Liz Frank injuries, like they kind of just like they're better and you can play, right? Because all of a sudden the preseason they're like, oh,
is it
it's
something
back.
to re-injure?
I mean, you always can, but
Yeah, right.
not necessily like
Right, it's not.
you're going to re-pull a hamstring or something.
Yeah.
Right. So I just reported. Don't act like I didn't just say. I just said Spencer just said that he's been practicing this week. Looks like he's trying to come back soon, if not this week. Oh, boo, Ben. You wanted to say you should have been on. We offered you to come on. You should have been on. So what do I know?
Yeah, that's all. You better get a new agent, Spencer.
Cowboys play the Bears this week. They get the Fox A team. What's the score of the Cowboys game?
27-17 Cowboys.
Okay, I think Spence denied an invite after years of begging. Yes, Sean, we invited him. He is home. He is available.
He's daddy's duty.
Right?
He's on.
Oh, boo-hoo. Their girls can't take care of themselves. They're 8 years old
He
already.
should be cooking himself.
They're, for real. Nessa could, your
Yeah,
daughters
she
can,
knows how to cook.
they can literally do anything now. You kidding me? These girls are so smart.
Yeah, order pizza.
Yes, yeah, for real. Order boo-boo.
Hi, this is Vanessa.
Oh,
Order
we have
pizza.
Domino's Pizza. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Be on the show. You wanted me to let my pregnant wife who has strep throat finish cooking and help with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the first woman to ever have strep
You
throat.
think I wouldn't do that to mommy?
Right? You think I wouldn't do that to Dulce?
Please, you wouldn't do that to mommy? Please.
I would have given her 3 boys. It's
Yeah.
like, here you go.
And I gave him mommy 4.
There you go. Circle gets the square. So yes, yeah. She's in the military. Your wife's tough. She's a tough cookie. She can handle anything.
Yeah.
Or you don't think she
Oh,
can.
that's right. I forgot.
Or you don't think she
It's
can.
Navy. It's Navy.
Spencer Sean said, "What's happening?"
Navy.
Cowboys scored this week. I believe. Also, definitely got a new meme video. Sean said, "Cowboys scored this week. I still think they're a high flying offense. I think they're putting up on a not so great Bears defense without Jalen Johnson, their star cornerback.
Oh boy.
He's out.
Oh boy.
CD and George Pickens are going to have a nice day. It's going to be 31-20 Cowboys. They can score. If Cowboys score on the first drive, it's going to be a very long day for the Bears. If the Cowboys can play from ahead rather than trail from behind,
They got
that
to
will
run the
change.
football 35 carries.
Yeah.
For 186. Game over.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. So that's how I feel. And that's it.
27-17. Cowboys have four sacks.
From your lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
It's 4 sacks. Be living.
Yeah, 4
Be
sacks.
living, man.
Yeah.
Be living. Anyone shout out in this episode before we log off for our live, and we'll put it online shortly. Anybody you want to shout out?
Let's see. Oh boy. How are you?
Absolutely no one. I can't think of
Yeah, I can't
anybody.
think of anybody.
Anybody in particular?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Let's get your Davion Clowney in here. Let's get
Yes,
something.
yeah. Mhm.
Let's see what he can do this week. He won't be on a pitch count. He'll be doing his thing. He said, "Listen, I've done this before. I didn't practice at all preseason. I came in and played like 40 snaps." Okay, well,
Oh, did he say that?
yeah, you don't need to play 40 snaps, but how about
Yeah.
25 and
That's
get
fine.
out, give us a
That's
sack.
fine. Get out there.
Give us 25 snaps
Yep.
and a sack. We'll be living our best.
But he does look like Ashford and Simpson. You know Ashford and Simpson?
Not at all.
Yeah. Look up Ashford and Simpson. Look it up. Yeah, Ashford. You look at it. You'll see. I used to listen to Ashford and Simpson many years ago. Yeah. Tell me. Yeah. Look it up. Mm-hmm.
That's
I
crazy.
know my stuff.
That's
My
crazy.
stuff. And is still married, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm going to shout out my buddy Jed. Jed, I worked with at Starbucks years ago, and every couple months he gets his coffee a week, and he donates it to the church to help the church. Jed, we appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. He's been giving faithfully for years. Just say, hey, take my, he'll give 10, 15 pounds of coffee, 10, 12 pounds of coffee at a time and say, hey, ready for pickup. He takes it home and gives it to us, and we're grateful to him. So we are still looking for a sponsor. If you or anybody who makes coffee, just does their own coffee, we're looking for a sponsor. We use whoever we use here.
Yeah.
If you know someone who's interested in just sponsoring Cowboys and Coffee podcast, you let us know, baby. We're here. All right. Don't forget, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Get other people
And
to
Instagram. We're on
Instagram now. You can find us on Instagram. You can find the podcast. We are posting content all the time. We have stuff on YouTube. Obviously, you're here on Spotify, on Apple iTunes. Find us anywhere. And don't forget to check out Designated Report for all sports content year-round. All right? Love you, D.
Love you.
All right. Spenno, see you later. Everybody else, peace. Be good or don't get caught.